Welcome to part 3 of this tour of Termite Canyon. Starting off in the house of the groundskeeper, of the caretaker of the Moon Goddess's temple, which is where we slept last night. If I remember right, there was a creeper over there. Again, he's still there. I think we'll avoid him. There's nowhere to go there actually. It's a really nice area of very sheer cliffs, and if we could go straight on the way I'm looking, you would eventually come to my large animal, my animal farm. It was, when I first started the game, the place where I found all the animals. I found some in the sea to where I'm standing now to my right. I think I showed them in the last video. There was a couple of sheep bobbing in the water. And the rest of the animals I found down in that corner. I kept thinking there's no animals in this world until I came there, and they were all just bobbing around in a pool right at the edge of the world. It seems to me that the animals enjoy is probably the wrong word. There's something in the AI that draws them to the edge of the world, so they bob around in the water. They can get out, but they don't seem to want to get out. It's very annoying. Makes harvesting wool and things a bit difficult. So yeah, if we could go that way, you'd end up getting there, but we can't yet. I had plans to build a road from the Moon Goddess's temple through there, but that never came to be. There was other things to do, and by then I'd burnt out on building an underwater tunnel, which I think I'll show you now. The underwater tunnel is the reason I don't. Oh, is that little creeper? Hell's teeth. And a spider. I'm not too bothered about him. Oh, there's no body. Oh, that's right, there's a bug, isn't there? The one doesn't do an abdomen. Yeah, I thought he'd see me. Rats. I'm not up for a fight at the moment. I haven't got a bow with me, I don't think. No. This fence here is a bit weird. It was an attempt, a very poorly realised one, to fence off all of the water so the animals couldn't get back in. That's just a little tunnel that goes through the hill, but I don't think we won't need to go there. So that once I cleared out the water of the animals, they wouldn't get back in from the hills. It doesn't quite account for the fact that they sometimes spawn in there anyway, so it didn't work. And it just gets in my way, so it needs to come up at some point. It needs to get rid of that. If we head along that road, we go past that big black tower, which is the Nether dungeon, or the Nether spire. I've only ever built one Nether reactor, and that's the result. And I've explored it and lit it inside, so hopefully nothing spawns, because it used to be covered in critters. That thing was dreadful. And it also leads back to the main house as well. If we go down here, that was going to be. I was going to build a river through. So you'd be able to eventually take boat rides if you ever implemented boats, but as you can see, the water doesn't flow very far, so I stopped that. So many things I'd like to do, but the limitations of the Pocket Edition just stop you in your tracks, really. This was a moat I built around this house just to try and stop creepers and things getting in. It doesn't really work that well, so it could do with being filled in, but I needed the sand. And this is my seaside home. Yes, very posh. Everybody should have a seaside home. It actually was a little sand hut. When I was here the first time, I'd just come out looking, and it got night time, so I quickly built a sand hovel to hide in, and realised it was very useful. So eventually upgraded it to this. I always put a glass thing on the top because spiders sometimes spawn up on top. And at least you can see the devils. There you can see there's the moat. That little trap door just in the middle of the screen now actually leads down to a very strange deep tunnel that goes all the way along there, then all the way out to sea, quite deep under the sea, to way past this. You can see the sand under the water, and you can see the strange kind of cross glass structure under the water. It goes quite near there. When I was digging the glass tunnel, I got trapped underwater. I found a very strange place where there was a couple of blocks where there wasn't any water. It's one of those weird things you get sometimes in these games. And so at least I managed to stop myself drowning, because I was very close to death. I wouldn't be able to get all my stuff back. But then what do? I'd have to go back out into the water. There was lots of currents around that were pulling me back, lots of water blocks that were moving that were pulling me back down. So I thought, right, the best thing to do would be a dig all the way back underneath the sand and back into up into land. I think this was before sand collapsed. So heck, the tunnel might have collapsed underneath there by now. And it's in sandstone. I can't remember, it's so long ago. And I just worked out, well, I must be under land now. I came up and popped up there. So I thought it might be a useful bolt hole at any time. So I just I put torches down there and put a trapdoor on top. I've never ever used it again, so God knows what's down there. Hey ho. But, right. That's the end of the road. That in front of me was going to be a tunnel all the way through, but I just got bored doing it. It's quite a large effort for little return, so it kind of just stops where you can see the 3 torches at the end. I have a sugarcane farm and a cactus farm for no reason, never use them. But here is the entrance, a rather grand entrance, to the underwater base, undersea base. This was the last big thing I built in Termite Canyon back in February and March 2013, and frankly it took so much effort and went wrong so many times. I learned a heck of a lot doing it, but it caused me so many headaches that I frankly burnt out on it and just said I don't want to play Minecraft Pocket Edition anymore. I went off to play Survivor Craft for a while, which was very enjoyable. I did Antland, which is a world I published to the community server. But this was the first thing I built, was this tunnel here. I did it in stages. I did it all wrong. There's no 2 ways about it. I did everything about this tunnel and the basis at the end of it. I built the hard way. I turned out there was a much easier way of building it, but yeah, I didn't do that easy way. For the last time, do not throw stones. That's a very good warning when surrounded by so much glass. Oh, what that block is up there? That's interesting. Looks like there's a raw glass block up there, and that's part of it. Very strange. We need to have a look at that sometime, but not now. So as you can see, it's essentially, I would have liked a proper dome. I lack the building skills to do it, and it's not even a proper circle. It's nearly a circle. It's more of an egg. If you look there from this back wall, you've got a few blocks that lead to that, and then if you look at this, you've got quite a few blocks there, so it's much more of an egg shape. I did my best. The lithophite my best wasn't very good, but still, I'm quite proud of it. It nearly killed me doing it. It really did burn me out. But I had some fun doing it. I had some fun times. Brought my lad down here with his avatar on his tablet, and he's too young to really understand how we were doing and help me, but he certainly had a good time wandering around. I have some pictures of him trapped up in the roof when he went up. I was still building the roof, and he got trapped behind glass blocks and couldn't get out, which was funny. But that's the secret underwater base. I still do at some point. I still have a plan to drill down here and make a central spiral staircase and make a large underwater base that fans out in different directions with tunnels, research facilities, things like that. I also this is part of like a James Bondian type base. I don't know, but never really got round to it. These wooden gates, these were here from the time of the construction, because quite often you'd come back, and if there wasn't enough torches, which as you can see there's enough torches in there now, you'd come back and find your construction site full of critters. And while the skeleton and the zombies were in, the spiders were no problem. What the last thing you want anywhere near a glass dome is an exploding creeper. So you used to have to stand all the way back here and pick them off with a bow, but you didn't want them walking down this tunnel and flooding the tunnel, so I put in the simple gate mechanism to stop them, and plenty of torches. Nice too there. There we go. I like the patchwork that I've done. between the sandstone and the dressed stone blocks took some doing, but it was worth it, I think, which is why I've got furnaces and the stone cutter table here, so I can make the blocks. Lots of sand, lots of stone, and some glass. Not much glass. Oh, the amount of glass I wasted doing this is it's criminal, shocking. And I think in fact it's probably night time now, so I think I shall leave this third part of the tour of Termite Canyon. This entranceway is a glass box essentially, because bad guys used to come up here and you could hear them chittering and chattering. I remember many a time I've come up, looked up and found a spider looking down at me from there, which is always an unpleasant sight. Right, I'll see you in part 4 of this tour of Termite Canyon. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon.